Alright guys, what is up here YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here, making a post-game review video. As you can tell, I'm not really that pissed off anymore. I'm not really that pissed off to begin with, just, because it's my brother's team. I watched the game with my brother. And it's week 2, guys. One or two things was going to happen in this game. The Eagles were going to come out and make a defensive stop, or they were going to struggle all game like I figured they would, because the Eagles offense does not look good right now, guys. It absolutely looks like garbage with Alshon Jeffrey missing, and even more so now that Darren Sproles wasn't in this game. So, in ways, this was the result I expected. The Eagles lose to Tampa Bay 21-27. It did come a little bit down to the wire in the end there, but unfortunately, as I felt when the Bucs started climbing up in the score, I just kind of felt like they weren't going to be able to pull this one out. Mike Evans did fumble the ball in the end of the game there, which was huge. It helped the Eagles a lot near the end, but just wasn't enough, guys. The Eagles just didn't really play like they had that passion. Nick Foles looked really stale today. Not really like bad, but kind of stale. But also it didn't help that he was getting sacked constantly. The O-line was giving up way too much pressure, guys. We had Jason Peters and Lane Johnson out there, and they did not protect Nick Foles very well at all for most of the game. That being said, though, Nick Foles did take a little bit too long to throw the ball out some of those plays. So all around offensively, it just was kind of a mess. Nelson Aguilar was really the only player that stood out to me. Lamar Aiken, whatever his name is, Kamar, I think it is, Kamar Aiken, he actually had some pretty good catches during the game that looked like he had that one catch, I forget what but it was like a jump catch that was pretty clean. Got to give him credit on that one. Zach Ertz looked like average Zach Ertz in this game. Nothing spectacular, nothing bad, but definitely left much to be desired. And overall, it was just a sloppy game, guys. It was just a very forgettable game. I mean, kudos to the Bucs for going 2-0 and winning this one. But that was the off. And then defensively, we didn't look good, guys. I said it in my preview video. I said if the Eagles if the Bucs can put up more than 20 points on the Eagles, then the Bucs are going to win the game. And just like I predicted, they put up 27 and they won the game. And if you look at the score, Eagles 21, Bucs 27, the Eagles would have won the game if they would have held them to less or at least to 20. And so exactly what happened with that happened, because that's been the characteristic of this Eagles defense, is they're able to shut down opposing offenses and allow the Eagles offense to find its groove, and they're usually low-scoring affairs. Other than like the Super Bowl, I can think of that example. The Super Bowl is the one time where they still won when someone put up 20 plus, so at least recently. And so, yeah, it kind of made sense. The offense is just flat right now, guys. It needs some serious help. This is why I keep saying to go get Dez Bryant. Everyone laughs at me when I say this. The Eagles should be looking at every possible wide receiver option they have at this point, because they're just too slow. Like, even go after Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon's a free agent right now. There's just so many things the Eagles could be doing that they're not doing. And they're going to continue to get this result until they get it figured out. Jay Ajayi looked pretty average today. Corey Clement looked... everything about the Eagles offense was just very by the numbers, just not very inspiring. And, I mean, I already know we're going to hear the talks now about Carson Wentz, which a lot can be said, but a lot cannot be said. I mean, do you really want to rush Carson Wentz back right now? I mean, is that what most people think? I don't know. I tend to agree, no, keep going with Nick Foles for now, because Carson Wentz is still technically injured in my eyes. I don't think he's just going to come out there and hobble around on that leg like nothing happened. He's going to have a lot of jitters. So maybe the game against the Colts this coming game next week is going to be the perfect game to throw Carson Wentz out there, but at the same time, I also just say nay. I say nay, guys. Keep Nick Foles in there. Let him keep developing. You really just got to give Nick Foles more help is what he needs. You know, he almost had that hero mentality in the end, but it just wasn't enough. But Nick Foles needs O-line protection. That's his biggest Achilles heel. If you don't protect him in the pocket, he's not going to be productive. And today, the Eagles did not protect him very well. The Eagles O-line did not look very good. And then, let's see, most disappointing player, I'd have to give it to, like, Jalen Mills. Jalen Mills looked absolutely terrible today. He got fried from Deshaun Jackson right in the beginning of the game. Then he got fried by freaking Mike Evans in the end zone. And, like, all game he was getting fried. He kept getting, he just looked really small out there today. He looked like a really small cornerback. And, I don't know. I kind of felt right from the beginning that this was going to be an ugly game, just because right from the get-go, Deshaun Jackson caught that touchdown, and I was like, here we go, you know. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too mad about this. It's week 2. The Eagles lost to the Chiefs last year, week 2, guys. So, and they still ended up going to the Super Bowl. So it's too early to tell, and I'd rather have the Eagles lose early than lose later. The Eagles have usually had a bad season when they go 3-0. So let's just pick it up, you know, burn the tape or whatever, study what you can, take what you can out of it, move on to the Indianapolis Colts next week, and learn from there. So that's really all I got to say about this game, guys. But what do you guys think about the game? Whatever you guys think, comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I'll be covering more Eagles news in the future. But as always, guys, this is Jigsaw0097, and I will talk to you all later.